We're the Muffed Podcast. I'm Leader, and across from me is the one and only
Boaz. You stole that from me, man.
Alright, let's get started. So today we have another new segment. We've been dropping new segments left and right, but I think we're finally getting our routine down. So
we're having fun with it.
Yeah. So this segment is called Rumor Review. Alright, let's go. Let's get started.
So, let's first explain it. So, we're just going to be bringing up a couple of rumors and storylines that's going on in the NFL, and we're going to be seeing, if what we think if they're actually legitimate or not.
Yeah, so we'll say hot or not.
Hot or not?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see this. All right, what's the first rumor?
CMC, Cam are beefing. That's according to Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I saw that.
He says Cam won't be accepting
that it's no longer his team.
His role, because it's CMC's team now, as you say. It's not Cam's team anymore. So, what do you think?
I think hot. I mean, Cam Newton's always had this kind of like Russell Westbrook. If I had to compare him to any player, I think that's his NBA comparison type of guy.
It's because of the clothing, huh?
That's true. That's true. But I mean, he's also he has his attitude about him. He's got the swagger, and I feel like being on the bench and the fact that he's now healed up and they're still kind of leaning towards Kyle Allen, and we'll see next week and the week after. What they do if they continue playing with Kyle Allen. But I think if Kyle Allen is starting and CMC is still getting the yards that he's getting, Cam Newton's obviously not going to be happy with this. And I mean, like what Pat McAfee said, he might want to request a trade or just get out of there.
I double down. It is
you
hot.
So?
I'm a big Kyle Allen guy, and they should stick with him.
They're undefeated, yeah.
Next, Stephon Diggs really wants a trade, or does he still want to trade? Let's go.
I think that's cold. I think after last week with his crazy performance too. What is that? 3 touchdowns, like 150 yards. I don't think. Yeah, I think he's good. Kirk Cousins. He received the message loud and clear. Vikings are throwing the ball now.
Yeah, or play action at least, using balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I double down on that take. I think Diggs is. I think he'll stay put.
Okay.
Rumor number 3, OBJ. There's been some rumors about him being traded. What do you think?
Odell Beckham. I mean, like, on one hand, his diva mentality tells me that he probably wants to get traded. The Cleveland Browns are not doing as good as he wanted, or as anyone envisioned them to be. But I think Odell is going to stay put. I think he's going to stay put. I think it's cold. I think he's fine.
I'm going to double down again. Man, this feels like
he's cold.
Yeah, but for a different reason. I think Odell, even though he's a diva, he sticks with his team. He never requested.
It's Landry. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, I think he never requested a trade from the Giants. I think he makes that receiver room his own. Like he embraces the culture there, and he interacts with people there. He's signing stuff for the fans. I think he likes Cleveland, even though like they're losing. I think Odell stays put, and He's loyal. I'll give him.
I think it's because his friend. I think Jarvis Landry. If he was on any other team, I think he'd say he'd get out of there.
No, even on New York, you saw that he was the leader of that receiver room.
That's true. That's true. But I think it's also
Dave Gettleman did him dirty for one. But
yeah, that's true. But I think it's also because Jarvis Landry and him, they tried so hard to get on the same team. So I mean, like just after 5-6 games, they can't just break that all apart and start over.
I think Odell gives it another shot.
I think so
he
too.
Starts going off the Browns, maybe make the playoffs.
He could be. Yeah, he could be like a buy a low candidate if you're playing fantasy football. Because a lot of I know managers maybe took him in the early second round, maybe even like late first round, depending on how big your league is.
And they have him benched now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right. Rumor number 3, the Redskins want Mike Tomlin. You think the Steelers trade him for that unbelievable haul?
Well, I mean, we saw what happened with John Gruden. What was it, in the early 2000s? And exactly. And the Tampa Bay gave him 2 first rounders. So I don't see. There's no way that the Washington gives him 2 first rounders. But if they give him even 1 first rounder, I think it's worth it. It's a top 3 pick, and Mike Tomlin really, I don't know. He's had people have been saying that he's the reason why the locker room is so. I mean, there's so much rumor going on in the locker room, and so much. I mean, it's not clear.
Uncontrollable
locker room. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think so. Maybe getting a new fresh start, maybe with one of these new offensive all these young coaches, they're new offensive coaches, and then maybe even Robert Saleh. He's a guy who next year could potentially be popular.
Please don't steal him. Please, God.
Don't steal him.
not Robert. Not Robert.
What do you think about that?
Okay, I say it's cold. I say that he stays put. I think the Steelers win because Tomlin, no matter how what the locker room is, Antonio Brown, he finds a way to win.
That is true. Yeah.
With a shitty quarterback. Sorry, for lack of a better word, but shitty quarterback and or unproven. Let's say unproven. Yeah.
And Pittsburgh's also kind of known they've only had 3 or 4 head coaches in the last 50 or something years. So I don't think they're really not known for making a lot of coaching changes. So I think they'll stay with the consistency.
And that defense is real. Believe me here, and I think they might.
Their defense is good, and I think James Conner hasn't made the same jump that as big of a jump as I guess thought he would this year.
Yeah, but he's not bad.
He's still been good. And Juju,
he needs to find himself.
Juju needs to exactly. He needs to kind of get in. He needs to find himself.
Play has some things to do with that.
That too, and also they might want to get looking at a receiver at free agency or maybe in the draft, just compliment Juju because he can't be just pulling the weight all himself.
I like that Deontay Johnson guy they have.
Yeah, he's not bad.
You call him his son, but
he's older than them, right?
I don't know. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know, Juju. What are you doing there, man? Okay, next Tennessee. Are they done with Mariota?
Yeah, I think that's hot. I think Tennessee, they benched Mariota for Tannehill. There's no way. No, I can see them flip back, but I don't think that's a good move, flipping back from Ryan Tannehill to Mariota. Because the offense is run through the quarterback. You need to have consistency in the position. So if I was Mike Vrabel, I'd keep Ryan Tannehill and just start him at quarterback. And I think Tannehill might be more actually talented than Mariota. He's proven more in his career. And, he's done good things with Miami. He took him to the playoffs that one year. And, I don't think Mariota's really shown much to warrant that he's a number 2 overall pick in the 2015 draft. And he just really hasn't shown anything of that sort.
I'm going to double down too, but I really like Mariota. Mariota's a good quarterback. He's a little quiet. That's his moment, but I think he's a good player. He can limit the turnovers. He can make things happen. He could complement the run game. He's not Lamar Jackson where he's a running back.
To me, he's the opposite of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's kind of he tries to force it into and he tries to make the big play.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, Mariota's not like that. He takes the check down first thing. He'd rather scramble out of the pocket. He doesn't make these deep throws really that often. And for that reason, he's just too safe. And I think the Titans are a good team. They're a playoff team. Yeah. They're just really a couple of pieces away in the offense. And Corey Davis hasn't really developed as much as they wanted to. And Derrick Henry's been good this year. But I think they need a quarterback to really piece it together. And I think in the draft is where they're going to find one.
I think he's a New England-style quarterback. Can make the throws, but he doesn't choose to. And he dinks-donks his way to the win.
But do you think the whole knock on him was that he played in... So he's from Hawaii in high school. Uh-huh. And then he played in Oregon. And then now he played in Tennessee. Can he play in cold weather? He's never played in cold weather.
I don't know, but he
doesn't have a
Belichick mode. Tom Brady is not exactly vocal.
That is true. No, but Tom Brady is vocal.
He's not as he's not Aaron Rodgers.
He's not. He's not a big personality. He's not a big personality.
I bet Jimmy Garoppolo, even though he's a very nice, good-looking guy. But okay, that's off topic. But
kind of went off on a tangent.
Jimmy Garoppolo is not exactly vocal. He's a leader, sure, but he's not vocal.
I think the problem what I'm saying is that in cold weather, the whole stereotype is Josh Allen. You want the big arm guy because it gets cold, so your arm you can't throw as far. Marcus Mariota's not a big arm kind of guy.
Yeah, we'll see.
But then the scrambling's there as well, so that can make up for it.
I like Mariota.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because Bill Belichick would completely go wait. Marcus Mariota is very different. In the way he plays to Tom Brady. Yeah.
But dinks and dunks.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, last one for this week.
Okay.
Antonio Brown. He is desperate to come back.
I saw that, yeah. Hot that he wants to come back. I totally believe that he wants to come back, but I think it's cold that any team wants to sign him. At least this year, I don't see anybody signing him. I think he needs to work out his legal issues, and that maybe gets sorted out. And he's proven not guilty, or he pays off the girls. I don't know. However he does it, if he deals with his legal issues and he's clear to go play again, then I think next year somebody will sign him.
Hot for this year.
You think a team will sign him?
Yeah, dude. A team. The NFL, they signed.
Do you think around the playoffs,
they signed Kareem Hunt, and there's video evidence for that.
That is true.
I think a team needs to make a playoff run. Antonio Brown's case gets cleared up. You're like, oh, okay, he's starting to prove himself. They put it in the clause. I want the Niners to do this, honestly. Put it in the clause. You mess around, you're getting cut. If you don't mess around, you get a ring. Essentially, Antonio Brown's a game-changing player.
He is. I think
unreal
the number one. He's could be arguably the number one talented receiver.
Yeah, so that's why I think. Hot.
He's a good player. I don't know. I don't think he's good for Niners because I think the Niners they want good culture, and Antonio Brown definitely isn't that. At least recently, he's shown that he's not that.
Yeah, but they give him the redeem.
I don't think the Niners will be the team that gives him because after Reuben Foster, they've been very much staying away from any personalities. But I could see some teams, some teams that are on the fringe of making the playoffs, maybe making the signing just to see if it puts them over the edge, and maybe they can go to have a deep playoff run.
Yep, that is correct. Okay. Our next segment is overrated, underrated. Yeah, let's get started. Who's your most underrated player in this?
We're going underrated.
Yeah, underrated.
I think Amari Cooper, to be honest. And last year, if you asked me, I would have said he's overrated because I really didn't think he was that good in Oakland. He was good, but he just started playing bad. But this year, I think he's really. I mean, he's kind of been the Michael Irvin role. If you're really making that comparison of the the triplets. Dak Prescott. I mean, he did better than last year. Dak Prescott this year has been playing better than last year. I'm not gonna say.
He's not Troy Aikman.
He's not Troy Aikman. I agree with you.
Not even close.
But I think Ezekiel Elliott could be Emmitt Smith. Ezekiel Elliott's very talented.
No, Emmitt Smith was consistent. Week in, week out, you know what you're getting. Zeke is very hot and cold right now.
All right, let me finish. Man. I think Zeke is good. You don't like him, that's fine. Whatever. It's your personal opinion.
You
don't think he's that good.
I
think Zeke is amazing. He's a top 3 running back. I know we've disagreed about this topic before, but I think Zeke is a top 3 running back, and I think Amari Cooper has been the kind of the guy who's you see his name on the roster, but you're like, I don't really know much about him, or about his stats or anything like that, because he's not a very vocal guy. He's not like your Odell Beckham. You're not gonna be watching TV and seeing commercials with Amari Cooper on, because that's not how he is.
Yep.
But he's been quietly putting up good yardage and good stats. And I think in my opinion, he's a top 5 receiver right now in the league.
Yeah.
He just quietly
been
doing
top 5. He gets a lot of his yards in garbage time. Like, he had a 200-yard game against the Green Bay Packers, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. But they were already out of the game by then. Like,
I mean,
receiving yards. I think Gallup is the true number one in that team.
I don't know, but Gallup is still young, and but I think he's still working his way into the roster.
They're both similar players.
They are very similar.
Great route running.
But I think Amari Cooper. Well, honestly,
I'm not gonna say he's overrated.
Yeah,
he's really just about right. He's in top.
No, in my opinion, he's not talked about as much.
He's
really not talked about that much in the media. You don't hear about him on ESPN. You don't really see him much on TV.
Yeah, because you got so many big personalities on that team.
And I think because of the personality, that's the reason why he. But I think he's underrated. He's not talked about as much as he should be.
Sure. Okay. I guess I see what you're saying there.
Okay, who's your guy?
Austin Ekeler. People are saying that the Chargers have a good running system, but I don't think so. Okay, they have a decent running system, but Austin Ekeler filled the Melvin Gordon role better than I think Melvin Gordon did.
Well, Melvin Gordon's come back and he's looked awful.
Yeah. Well, he's rusty right now. That's for
sure.
But I think what's his name?
Austin Ekeler.
Yes, Austin. Yes. Okay. Austin Ekeler has a good receiving record. He reminds me a lot of McCaffrey. Can run.
Well, yeah, he's that Alvin Kamara McCaffrey role. I thought honestly going in, I thought Justin Jackson would be the better runner, because what we saw last year was Ekeler was getting the dump offs and he was getting the screen passes and the kind of the wheel routes, and then Justin Jackson was actually making the runs and getting through tackles. And Austin Ekeler is not really a big guy, so he can't really break through tackles. But he's shown kind of what Kamara and McCaffrey have done in NFL. Yeah. He's done the same thing.
Pass catchers could be running back.
Exactly, yeah. Okay. I thought he'd be a Darren Sproles role, but he's morphing into more of a Christian McCaffrey type.
Gladly agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, overrated.
I know who you're gonna say, because you've been very adamant about this subject, but I'm gonna say Odell Beckham, which is kind of a big shock, because we just recently talked about how he could be on the up, but I think how he's played so far, and I think even in the past couple of years, he's been kind of overrated. It's just after that catch, he's been on the national attention. Then he's got the whole kicking net. He had that feud, and he's always just been, he's a public persona. He's a fun guy to watch. He's a fun guy to hear in interviews. He's just, he's what the NFL wants if you try to make money. But do you really think he's that good of a receiver? In my opinion, I think he's a good receiver, but I don't think the amount of attention he's getting is warranted.
I think he's a top 5.
He's getting more attention than Julio Jones. He's getting more attention than Devontae Adams. He's getting more attention. Honestly, DeAndre Hopkins has started getting attention this year, but if you say the past couple of years, Odell Beckham has been getting more attention than all 3 of those guys, and I don't think he's better than all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, I think Odell just is a bit more vocal about. Yeah, as you said.
He's just a personality.
Yeah, personality. Maybe personality, but I think he has great hands for one.
Did you see the Niners game?
Okay, but come on, give the guy a break. He's playing the best defense in the league. For 2, his route running is pretty good. He has physical tools.
I'm not saying he's a bad receiver.
Yeah, I know. I know you're not saying that. But if you said that, we would have had problems. But he is a little overrated. I'll give you that.
Okay.
My guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick. No, I'm not gonna say Patrick Mahomes, even though I think he's slightly overrated.
You're just a Patrick Mahomes hater.
Tyreek Hill, his teammate. I think Tyreek Hill is a sprinter, as Jalen Ramsey said. He's a punt returner.
But he's not a receiver?
He's morphing into a receiver now. He's a good deep threat. I think he benefits a lot from the scheme.
Did you see that first catch?
He's not a top 10 receiver.
He's shown that he can be a jump.
People are putting him in top 5, top 10 conversations. I don't believe that. He's a top 20 receiver, sure.
I think he's a top 10 receiver. He's got a decent route running. He's very fast, which kind of makes up for it. And he's got good hands. He's shown. Did you see that catch that he made the contested? Did you see that contested catch?
His route running.
Yeah, but when you're fast, it doesn't really. It's really not necessary when you're that fast.
He's not a smart player though. He doesn't have the football IQ.
I mean that's hard to judge.
He has some decent vision.
He's got vision. Yeah, he's played. Remember his rookie year? They played him. They played him at running back sometimes.
They play everything.
Exactly.
This was Army Knife.
I think he's a top 10 receiver.
I think he's not.
You just don't like him. I think you just don't like the Chiefs offense. That's why.
I'm very low on that team. Correct.
Yes. You're a big Chiefs hater, a Patrick Mahomes hater, right? Right?
No, I'm not a hater. I'm not a liker though. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but
right. You're very low on the Chiefs offense.
All right, back to my favorite segment of the week.
I mean, this has become our signature segment. Yeah, studs and duds.
All right, studs. Who you got? Studs.
This one's gonna be a little weird. I mean, Buffalo Bills. You really don't think about them other than Josh Allen and maybe their defense. But Devin Singletary, their running back, that's who I think is my first stud. He's playing Miami, and they've kind of, he played the first 2 weeks and he was really good. Fantasy wise, he's had like 14 points both games.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had the problems with I believe his ankle or something like that, and so he didn't play for the last couple of weeks. And then they kept him. The doctors cleared him last week, but they kept him still on the bench. And I think that's a good thing because he's a rookie. He needs to learn a little bit. Frank Gore is there. Now he's healthy, and he's playing against Miami. Miami's just a horrible team.
Awful.
Yeah. So, and I think even with Frank Gore there, and Frank Gore will probably be getting the red zone touches and stuff like that.
He's the leading running back.
He's still I think Devin Singletary will still be getting. He'll get more carries. I think Frank Gore will just get the more red zone touches.
Yeah, I do agree.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. So we had a little bit of technical issue with sorry, with the application we're using to record. And it kind of cut out, so we're looking back now, and we're gonna re-record some of the stuff that we already said. So we're gonna go a little bit faster than we did actually originally, but that's because our genuine reactions are kind of we already said them. Yeah, we already said them. So we're gonna still give you our opinions, and we're still gonna we'll bring some new insight or say something that we thought we wanted to say but we forgot to say. Exactly, yeah. But so we'll just continue. So I just said that Devin Singletary is my guy.
Oh yeah,
for my first stud. So now it's your turn. Who's your first stud?
I got Michael Gallup against that porous Philadelphia secondary, which you said was good moments earlier.
I said the Philadelphia defense is good. I just think their secondary has been really banged up, and I think there's opportunity.
Gallup gets 100+ yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, that'd be good, man. If fantasy wise.
Good.
So my second guy is Kyler Murray against New York. I mean, the Giants defense looked good against the Patriots, but that also could be said because Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady just hasn't looked. He hasn't looked as Tom Brady.
Yeah, the Tom Brady.
Exactly. Yeah, one of the interceptions that was completely on his fault.
But he was still tearing them apart.
That is true. Exactly. Yeah, New York Giants defense is nothing to be writing home about. So I think
secondary again porous.
Exactly, and then especially with Cliff Kingsbury's offense, it's really been about they put up a good stats. So I think Kyler Murray will be at least 20 points.
Yep. Okay. My second. I'm just gonna say this as he plays right now. Sorry, but Philip Lindsay is my second. Stud, because
the Chiefs defense, they're just no good. Yeah.
The game just started, so.
Yeah. So Philip Lindsay. I mean, he's not that good.
Yeah, but okay, yeah.
I wouldn't say he's super good, but
their run defense is no good, so I think he goes.
Yeah, you're right. No, I agree. So then let's go to duds.
It does.
So my first dud, I think, is Terry McLaurin. I said he was going to be a stud 2 weeks ago, but then this week. He's playing the Niners, and the Niners defense, the best receiver or the best amount of points they've let was I think Jarvis Landry was like 8 or 9 points. So I think if they keep Terry McLaurin at 8 or 9 points, that's a dud. Like come on, that's not good. I don't think you want to start a guy who's gonna start 8 or 9 points at like the maximum.
Yep, I do agree with that. And then my first dud is Aaron Jones. I know you really like this guy, but I don't think he's a good player, and I don't think he's gonna. I think Jamaal Williams out-touches him.
You're big on him.
Yeah, I'm big on Jamaal Williams. I picked him up 3 weeks ago. So, yeah.
All right, well, here's my dud, my second dud. It's Jamaal Williams, and I don't know if you like that. But here's the thing. Here's where I'm coming from. So, Jamaal Williams was 10% owned last week, and then now he's 50-60% owned. That's a crazy jump, and all of a sudden people are going to start putting him in their lineups, and I think you're going to be disappointed. I don't think he's going to be bad, because I don't think Jamaal Williams is really that good.
Yeah, you won't. I can see what you're saying. Yeah. You won't see incredible numbers.
Exactly. So here's the thing. So his yards per carry has historically just not been very good, Aaron Jones has been the opposite, which is the reason why I think he's so good. I think if Aaron Jones gets the carries, he's always going to be giving you production. Jamaal Williams is not like that. Jamaal Williams is a touchdown-dependent guy. If he gets 2 touchdowns, you're getting good points. But other than that, like he's not. I think him getting 100 yards last week is a complete anomaly.
No. Okay, I wanted to say that, but all right. So my other dad is Keenan Allen. Phillip Rivers has been atrocious. He's not been good. I thought he was gonna be in the MVP conversation this year. Definitely not.
The Chargers, just the whole team.
Yeah, and Tennessee, another good defense. I think Phillip Rivers doesn't get anything done. So Phillip Rivers should really be the dud here, but Keenan Allen,
yeah, he's suffering from Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. All right. Now for our last segment, quick fire games. We're just gonna go
predict the games.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. First game: Chiefs Broncos.
Chiefs. It's going on right now, but yeah, I still think Chiefs.
Yeah, Broncos.
Yeah, you're still keeping it. Okay, I respect it.
Packers.
Packers.
Packers myself.
Yeah. That's a hard
Falcons?
one. Rams,
me too. 49ers, Redskins.
Niners,
correct. Texans, Colts.
Texans, and that's going to be a hard one.
Colts, I think they have a good defense.
Okay.
Vikings, Lions.
It's Vikings, and like I said before, I think the Lions, if we're really going to be giving the pretender moniker to like any team, I mean, that was given to the Niners, and the Niners have definitely, I mean, they brushed it off. They've definitely shown that that's not the case. But if any team has been really like overachieving, I think it's the Lions. The Lions, their roster just doesn't look that good. They have some good receivers. I mean, Kenny Golladay is very talented. Marvin Jones is talented too, and I think Kerryon Johnson is pretty good too. But yeah, they're doing a lot better than they should be. And I think the Vikings, as long as the Vikings offense is doing good, I think they should be fine.
I do agree with that. Yeah, Vikings.
Yeah.
Jaguars, Bengals.
See, that's a hard one to predict because there's so many different factors, and the Bengals just haven't looked bad, but the Jaguars aren't that good of a team. But I think Jacksonville.
Okay, I respect that. I go Jacksonville as well.
Yeah.
Arizona, New York.
I'm going New York just because Saquon Barkley's back.
I'm going Arizona because I like Cliff King.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Bills.
It's safe to just pick anybody against the Dolphins. It's Bills.
The Bills, yeah.
Yeah.
Chargers, Titans.
Titans. Yeah, I'm taking Chargers. And although I think that Ryan Tannehill is an upgrade over Marcus Mariota, I think it's still going to be Chargers.
I'm going to go Titans, even though I wanted Mariota to start, but I think Titans are still the better team.
Okay. Our next team?
Or at least this season. They've played better this season.
Yeah.
Ravens, Seahawks, Ravens.
This is going to be my sleeper pick. It's going to be Ravens. I think Ravens will win. Ravens defense isn't as bad as, you think they are and some analysts think they are. And I think the Ravens offense has proven that, they can be good. And yeah, if they come out and just ball out, I think the Seahawks will have to, they'll have to match them offensively. And I don't know if the Seahawks can. Russell Wilson can, but I don't know if the receivers on the Seahawks can.
For sure. But Tyler Lockett, damn good player.
And Marcus Peters he's not.
I don't think he'll play.
He's not as good as he was in Kansas City, but if he does play, he's still an upgrade over what they have at corner.
Brandon Carr.
Yeah.
Saints, Bears.
I'm taking Saints. Teddy Two Gloves, I've been a fan of him, and the Bears, their quarterback play is kind of inconsistent, and their running game has really been inconsistent. It's on offense. It's really been Allen Robinson. The defense is still good.
Yeah, I'm going Saints too. I just don't think Chicago is a playoff team this year. The offense weighs them down too much.
Defense-wise, I think they are a playoff team. Offensive, yeah, Trubisky needs to come back, and even if that, I don't know if he's good enough. So they could be potentially a team that, just like the Titans, that we could see maybe looking for a quarterback in the draft.
Yep, Eagles, Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys, and I think it's not even that hard. I've seen before. We see the same sort of cycle every single year. Jason Garrett's on the verge of getting fired, and then all of a sudden he wins. And I
see what you're talking.
His job security is back, and it's always just like pendulum swinging over to him getting fired, and then he wins the game and it swings back around, and then it just slowly goes back to him getting fired. And I don't know how long it'll take before Jerry Jones will actually fire him, but I think the Cowboys are gonna win. It's gonna be a statement win, and Jason Garrett is gonna keep his job.
Yeah, but Doug Peterson made a comment. He made an announcement that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this week, and I do think he follows through.
It'll be an interesting game. It's definitely a divisional matchup. It's going to be interesting anyway. So Patriots Jets.
As much as I want to say Sam Darnold actually proves his worth.
Yeah,
it's got to be the Patriots.
You got to go with what your brain says. My heart wants the Jets to win, but my brain says it's going to be the Patriots. Patriots.
Yep, Patriots. All right, that's all from us today.
Yeah. So we just wanted to apologize. Last week we weren't able to record an episode. we had some personal issues to just deal with, and because that, I mean, we weren't able to record the episode last week, and so now we're try to record this episode a little bit longer, just to give you a little more substance for this week. And we're also talking about, we're making a website that's going to be coming out soon with new blogs. We have a writer for basketball,
NFL and NBA,
NBA, and then we should be. I know we've talked about this for a while now about the NBA podcast,
but it should be on the
we should be having an NBA podcast coming out hopefully by next week. So then that'll give you 2 episodes now per week rather than just 1. And that's pretty much all from us this week. Thank you so much for listening, and we apologize for the technical difficulties and having to re-record this. But
we'll be back better than ever next week.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.